On today's episode, Sofie and I talk about how we have a healthy relationship, and we provide you with some relationship advice. I'm Delaney Kana, and I'm the host of Energy Equalizer. I help others become the best versions of themselves and help create the right mindset for people to have a relationship with their self. On this podcast, you will hear about all things positivity, relationships, mindset, business, and more. If you're looking to live a fulfilling life and reach your fullest potential, this podcast is for you. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you a part of my audience. Our guest today was the 2022 Player of the Year, broke the home run record at her school. She's the girl that cooks my meals, my girlfriend, Sofia Schwartz. That's what's up. You have to say hi. Hi. Okay. Begin by, telling them about our story. Tell them how we met and started dating.
So, at one point in November, I liked Delaney's TikTok video and, commented and stuff. And I, said, pop off girlfriend or something like that. Something flirtatious. And I don't remember what happened after that. But we hung out because she's friends with one of my friends that I play softball with. And so she comes over to that girl's house and we hang out. Well, quote unquote hang out, because we didn't say a single word to each other for 2 days straight. And so then, we texted fine and stuff, but then she would leave me on open and I would get so sad over it. And the only thing we bonded over was Euphoria at the time. And so whatever, we hang out. And I'm eating Taco Bell, not talking to her still. And we're prank calling people, and I'm still not talking to her. And then we go out to breakfast, and apparently she says that she was trying to talk to me, but I don't buy it.
I was. No. I really was.
And then, my friends take me home, and she leaves, and we still didn't talk to each other, and we hadn't texted, and I was so nervous to text her again. And then finally I mention her in my story, and she sends me 4 white hearts. And then, long story short, we keep texting, and she comes over to my house, and I'm like, do you want to come in or do you want me to meet you in the car? And she's like, I'll come in. And so I'm like, do you want a house tour? And she's like, yeah. So I give her a house tour to break the ice, but I was still really nervous. And then we go and we eat at the place I was working at the time, at Mexican. And farther down along the line, after we're dating now, we always go to Mexican. Anyways, we're on our date and we order chef special, which is rice, queso, and steak, and tortillas. And neither of us touched our meal the whole time. And I think I ordered water because I was trying to be
oh my
basic.
gosh.
But yeah, now we order raspberry tea, both of us. And we didn't touch our meal at all. And then we were just talking, and it was still kind of awkward. And then she comes over we go back to my house, and she was driving because I couldn't drive at the time, but she still drives all the time now. And we go back to my house and we watch Fear Street. And we're watching Fear Street, whatever, and she's has her arm around me and whatever.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm trying to hold her hand and keep inching towards her, and then finally she just holds my hand. And then, so my parents were at a concert this night, and that's why she was able to come over, because my parents didn't know. And then, so they were about to be back home, and so she leaves, and we were gonna kiss, but it was awkward, and so I don't even remember if we hugged or anything. No.
I don't remember, actually.
But we said goodbye, and yeah. And then, the second time we hung out, she picked me up from work, and I got in her car, and we went over to her house for a sleepover, and she got me multicolored flowers with a bunch of crystals, and we cuddled and had our first kiss.
Oh my gosh.
And then she took me home, and my parents didn't know I was at her house again. They thought I was staying with one of my old friends. And so she takes me home, and it's very icy outside. And after she pulls out of the driveway, I bust my ass on the ice, and the flowers go up in the air. But they were fine. And that is how we're together.
Yeah, long story short, we have almost been dating for a year now, so.
10 months.
I said almost for
I
your
know.
healthiest and happiest relationship ever. Okay, so before we started dating, what were you looking for in a potential partner?
Okay, I'll tell you what I wasn't looking for. Can I tell you that?
Yeah.
Someone who played video games all the time. They didn't have a job. A job, at this age, you should have a job. And not a man. Well, in my past relationships, a lot of the time I didn't hang out with the person, so I didn't grow a connection with the person. So, me and Delaney hang out all the time. I can't remember a time we went one day without seeing each other in the past 3 months.
Yeah.
So, anywho.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. When we first started to get to know each other, what was something that pleasantly surprised you about me?
Probably that she was a very big Seahawks fan. I knew she was a very big Seahawks fan the first night that I came to her house, but I didn't know she was like a die-hard fan, crying whenever they lose.
Yeah.
Type of fan.
Yeah.
Oh, and I didn't know she was a content creator. Like, I knew she made TikToks, but not like build her business TikToks.
What do you think keeps our relationship alive?
Well, we do stuff for each other. We give each other's massages a lot. Well, not a lot, but like often. And I brush Delaney's hair for her because she likes whenever I do it. She doesn't like it, but she likes it. And I cook and she takes our dishes and she cleans my laundry whenever it's here. And we do like adult things even though we're not living in our own house.
I just think intimacy is like the thing that keeps it alive the most.
Yeah, and we're very close and like we're always touching and cuddly and like physical touch.
Or just doing something for each other. Even though we didn't ask.
Yeah, exactly. I love to give gifts. Gift giving is my love language, so I give Delaney gifts.
Do you think it's important to know each other's love language?
Well, yeah, because I didn't know Delaney's was physical touch at first because we weren't very close. And then she was like, really, she's like a big old baby and likes me to cuddle her a lot and stuff. And yeah, and she probably didn't think mine was gift giving at first or words of affirmation at first, but then we learned it and now we know.
I feel like, what was I gonna say? Oh, I feel like you need to love your partner in their love language. Because even though, like, you might be words of affirmation, if you give that to me, I mean, I love words of affirmation. I love all of it. But, like, if that's not my love language, like, I might not.
Like it as much.
Yeah, like, not feel as loved still. But,
yeah.
Anyways, what do you think our relationship could always be better at? Like, there's never too much of it. But, so we could constantly be, like, better at it.
Communicating.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Communication. I feel like you can never have too much communication. And definitely...
Sometimes she talks a lot.
Well, I talk a lot, but sometimes when I'm dealing with something, I'm not very good at communicating.
She talks when she doesn't really have to talk, but when she has to talk, she doesn't talk enough.
Yeah, definitely something I need to get better at. But I think it's just as we continue to grow, we learn each other's, like, how to communicate with each other the best.
Yeah.
What are the traits of a good partner?
Loving, understanding, patient. There's a lot of traits that my partner has that I love. Oh, Delaney tells me that I'm so pretty a lot, but it makes me say gag, but I like it.
Yeah, I know you like it. She says I'm corny, but I know you like it.
She is corny.
What do you think is the best way to handle conflicts, or, like, what has worked for us?
Well, one time we did like a meditation exercise where
I really like that.
Where we both put blindfolds on, but it was actually a bra on our face, and we like
oh my god.
and like we like closed our eyes and like just had a good time. And also, conflicts are better to deal with in person instead of over text.
Yeah.
Because sometimes your partner may say something and they don't mean it in a mean way, but the text makes it sound like it's in a mean way.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like giving, like, right after a conflict happens, I feel like giving each other a little bit of space to, like, think about how we feel about it. And so we don't, like, react.
And a hug.
We just think about it logically. Giving a hug always, yes.
We're hugging right now.
what are some things we do to invest in our relationship?
Delaney saves money in her savings account.
What? How does that
Oh,
have to do with?
well, we both have these jars. I don't know if Delaney puts coins in hers still, but
I don't just mean money though, right?
oh, I know.
Okay.
I put loose change in a jar, and collect coins so we can go on a little date. Well, we go on other dates, but like it would be more special if it was collected by the coins in our jar. Things that we do that invest in our relationship, we read together.
Yes, we do.
And have quiet time.
Yeah, so like even though we're together, we're still getting like our alone time. Like we read and journal together, like our separate things, but it's still together.
And like while Delaney does laundry, sometimes at her house I'll do the dishes, and we'll still be in the same house, but we'll be doing something different.
And I feel like going on dates is important too, and like taking turns for who pays and stuff.
Yeah, because if you're with a partner and it's a one-sided paying job, then that's a red flag automatically. And you don't have to go on a date. You don't have to go on like some fancy schmancy date.
It.
Yeah. You don't have to go on a fancy date, because one time me and Delaney went on a date after my chiropractor appointment, and we got vanilla milkshakes and fries, and we sat there and we ate them, and it was really good.
I feel like also doing at-home dates, like we'll do crafts and stuff together, just even like color, just things like that.
Yeah, you turn your red LEDs on, red LEDs, and then you color, but you can't see the colors, and so you see the outcome, and it's kind of bad.
Yeah. And I think a big one is just being mindful of like not spending too much time on each other, like on our phones, and making sure we're actually spending time together. Like,
and we have dance parties.
We do. We do have dance parties. We're definitely ourselves together.
Mm-hmm.
Embrace it. And I think that's super important.
And we spend time with Jasper, with her dog, and we play with him like he's our own. Like he's our own little baby.
We're little dog moms.
Yeah, we took him to PetSmart, and yeah, he liked it.
How much time spent alone do you think is necessary?
Like in the same house alone, or like at our own house?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as we're getting alone time, like to ourselves, to do our own things. How much do you think is necessary?
I feel like we do a little bit throughout the day. Well, whenever Delaney goes to work, I'm usually alone for like 3 hours, and then she's alone for 3 hours. Or like whenever she's on a Create Your Reality call, I let her be.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I think it's really important to get that alone time, but even though we're together almost every single day, we still like make sure each other gets alone time, and I think it's important.
Yeah.
Because like I have content to make, like I have dreams that I'm going after, and if I'm like not getting that alone time, I feel like I can't grow every single day. So I feel like when we get our alone time, we really like, I don't know, we're following our purpose in life, and then we come back together and then grow together. And I don't know. And
Delaney lets me practice my cosmetology on her, even though sometimes I force her to.
I do. Do you have any last advice to couples or partners who are wanting to be better?
Don't stay with someone if they're treating you poorly on multiple occasions, even though they might love you. If they're giving you more stress in your life more than love, don't stay with them, even if you've been with them for 2 or 3 years, because I've heard of people who have been together 7 years and break up. Don't let someone be in your life who is causing you more issues than giving you more love, because you don't need to be at a sleepover with one of your friends and your boyfriend or girlfriend is texting you being like, where are you? Whose house are you at? Like, not trusting you. Yeah. So trust is a big thing that your partner needs to have with you. And if you don't have that, you either need to work on it or not be together.
I have 2 things. One being passion. I feel like passion's super important. So, like, and that goes along with what else I was going to say with self-love. I think you need to fully love yourself so you can love your partner at the highest level. And I think it's super important. But passion, I feel like, is super important in a relationship. It keeps it alive, it keeps it thriving, and it's like a new thing every single day.
Yeah, and also my last word is Delaney bought me Mexican so I would do this podcast.
Thank you so much for showing up today and listening to this episode. I'm so grateful you are here. I understand that your time is valuable, so I hope I was able to add some value to your life. I see you working to be the best versions of yourself. Never give up and always have faith in yourself. Love you all.